1 second. Hello, everybody. Illidors is here with some more Final Fantasy 14. I'm going to do the Black Mage questline, and we're going to start off with the Shades of Shatato. Anyways, we're right here. And let me pull up my video. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to talk to her. I did not mean to push that. Oh, I wish I had protect. And that is all you need to know. When I give the sign, you are to chant the words precisely as I instructed. Understood? Yeah, sure. This is not good. Now. That light. That light! Yeah, you. Yes, you should serve as the bringer of destruction. As for my vessel, yes, that one should suffice. Oh, great. Whatever. Was that strange sensation? For a moment, it was as if a great fire burned within me, and then now it is as if I can't talk. Now it is as if my very mind is being rent in two, and this voice. Nope, now her eyes are yellow. Well, well, it feels good to walk the earth for the first time in 2 millennia. Seems that old Coot proved himself useful after all. If he hadn't kicked it, I'd have find him and give him a pat on the back. And what are you gawking at? You are a black mage, are you not? Surely you possess the common sense to recognize the woman who stands before you, or will you be needing a hint? What? Some would call me Death's handmaiden, but I always found that particular epithet so needlessly morbid. Though technically speaking, I am but manifestation of a memory. You may call me by the name I used in life, Shatoto. At your service, but I jest, of course. It is you who are at mine. I must say, what is it with black mages today and these unwieldy hats? Do they truly believe it makes them look more imposing, or are they merely compensating for something? In either event, I have need of no such thing. Adornments. And it said more like it. Jarek, was it? Of course it was. Now that we're on this first name basis, you'll have to tell me all about yourself. On second thought, let's skip that. Time is short, and to be quite honest, I don't particularly care. Wow. Want to smack her? At any rate, as I might have mentioned, I am not the true Shatato as she once lived, but rather a manifestation of her memory, my memory. Needless to say, that still makes me the most powerful sorceress currently existing in your world. You do well to remember that if you ever have a mind to cross me. Well then, now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way, what do you say of a little bit of fun? Prepare to be blasted into a gazillion itty bitty pieces. Oh, come now. I must spell everything out for you? Must I spell everything out for you? I must know if you are successfully adept at the dark arts to help me forestall impending doom, and this is by far the easiest way to do so. Not to mention the most fun. Prepare for a world of pain. Me and my Moogle King can do it! Yikes. Seriously, you're summoning ads? It's not fair! Taste fire. No fair summoning ads. She does not play fair. Luckily I have this healing boost on. Oh, beat her before she could get it off, thankfully. Oh, thank goodness. I could not beat that one for the life of me. Cheats. Not half bad. That painfully dull expression on your face had me worried. But I suppose you'll duel after all. Do for what? Try to keep up, will you? I abhor repeating myself. Let me start at the beginning. 2,300 years ago, the greatest mage our realm has ever known, that would be me, compiled a choice assortment of the most potentially offensive incantations and evocations into the school known as Black Magic. You still seem puzzled. I also devised a spell that would allow my memory to one day return. My reasons were twofold. For one, I simply had to see for myself how the art of destruction would be handled down eras after I had inevitably passed. For another, I knew that without my guidance, this realm would one day be most certain. Oh, this won't do. I had thought the girl stronger than this, but these eyelids grow heavy and my consciousness wanes. I suppose it'll just have to take a little nap. But remember this, my puppet of destruction. You have an important role to play in the battle to come, a battle that will surely decide the fate of your very world. Till next I wake, shirk not your study of the art. Oh. Jerk, where are we? It is as if I just woke from the strangest dream. And yet my every limb aches, as if my respite was even more exhausting than the fiercest battles. Did you perchance observe anything odd happen to me? Yeah, you got taken over. Preposterous, or most would say. But you have no reason to tell me falsehoods, and it would certainly explain the curious symptoms I find myself experiencing. Shadato, the mother of our dark arts, or mother of our dark art, okay, not arts. She who pursued the power of destruction to and beyond any limits that could be conceived, oh, my bad. Has her consciousness truly taken up residence in my own mind? It is no use. I call out, but she does not answer. Whether she slumbers or simply designs not to answer, I cannot say. I fear I am something of a loss. Let us return to the Sicarium. Sicarium? to clear our heads. Mayhap the answers we seek will yet reveal themselves to us. I wish I could have used my chocobo for that, but no. I love my Moogle staff. Do you call it a staff? Oh, you call it a rod. Well, it says Mog staff. I love it either way. I couldn't stand the design of the original, what the stuff looked like. Oh, people are doing it. Let me help him out. You are an Arcanist. Bosom Buddies level 2. Keep it near me. I love blue magic. Oh, that's a little too close to him. Don't blame me if you get hit. Touch my water cannon. Oh, you got Topaz Carbuncle. I like Topaz Carbuncle. Back to gathering. Good luck, dude. Okay, that's one fate done for that area. Let me check my challenge log. Fates. Okay, I've got two. Trying to level up blue mage. It's hard. You can't do dungeons the normal way, which I would do for farming EXP. I like it. It's just, they made it a little harder. I guess that's to add to the challenge of it. Let's see. Oh, it's a gun. Oh, it's a mithril gun. No mistaking that color. I guess this is dragoon armor? The tabard's supposed to be colored, I guess. I'm afraid it's no use. I have called out to Shatato within my mind time and time again, but I am only met with silence. If only Master were here, surely he could have shed some light on the matter. After all, it was he that recorded our prosperity, the words we used to summon for Shatato's memory. Wait, that's it. Master himself may not be here, but his writings may yet contain the answers to our queries. It was within the statue of Nald that the memory slumbered. This does not strike me as mere coincidence. I believe that settles it. I will return to our tomes and see what knowledge can be gleaned, that we might prepare ourselves for whatever task awaits us. This holds for you as well, Jarek. Whatever Shatato's motives are for returning to us, I cannot shake the feeling that ill happenings are afoot. I suggest you resume your studies with the utmost of urgency. Ah, Jarek, good. For better or for worse, it would seem Shatato is still enjoying herself a peaceful slumber. In the meantime, my studies of the book of Nald Thal have proven rather enlightening. In particular, I was surprised to learn that while the statue in Nald's reflection is a relatively recent construction, in historical terms, of course, the goblet it holds in its hands is quite ancient. It would appear that it was within that vessel's mistress Shatato's soul was sealed away. Master's record goes on to state that the inner surface of the goblet is inscribed with a message in the glyphs of ancient match. I'm not sure how you say that. It reads, "Ah yes, here it is. The power of destruction did rend the baneful star, and peace doth reign near and afar. Yet 23 centuries hence shall it come anew, and certain doom it is sure to ensue. A prophecy of sorts, it would seem. It has been roughly 2,300 years since Shatato founded black magic, which means it is entirely possible she herself left the inscription. But whatever sort of doom could the prophecy be referring to? I fear it is all rather cryptic." Lala and Jarek as well. I would speak to you both at once. Uh-oh. Oh. Ahem. While I would like nothing more to catch up on old times, I come bearing grave tidings, my friends. Pray lend me your aid. What's Well, if it isn't our favorite gobbledy-headed hearer, I would have thought the seventh hell would freeze over before you cast your lot with per- purveyors of destruction. What have we done to deserve the honor of your groveling? There's no time for jest, Lala. The situation is most dire. Why, a veritable horde of crazed golems has burst forth from the lost city, and is wreaking havoc on the 12's wood, even as we speak. Whatever foul sorcery led them to abandon their order and run rampant, we cannot say, but one thing is certain: if we do not deal with them, and do so swiftly, there's no telling what damage they might inflict upon our forest home. Yep. That does sound like the cause for concern. Very well. I suppose it would not kill us to put the matter of Shotato aside for the moment and... Wait, no, not now, Erg. I say, how can this girl think straight with this ungodly fool's cap weighing her down? Or perhaps she can't, and that is why, but of course, it all makes perfect sense. Oh, hello there. Did you miss me and my prodigious intellect? Wow, she thinks highly of herself. Of course you did. Now look, we haven't much time, so do try to keep pace. That surge of aether. Just who or what are you? Yes, I'm sure there's so much you'd like to know. But where would that get us? I've already heard all I need to know through the girl's ears. We are needed in South Shroud. Yes, rampaging golems, was it? Indeed. I have tasked a whaler named Alphine with looking into the matter. With any luck, he has gleaned some knowledge which might avail us in plotting a suitable course of action. Alphine, South Shroud. Yes, I believe the great Shotato has all she needs. Well, come now, no point in standing around like gobby, I cannot say their name. Gobbies. When there's work to be done, right? Right. Shotato. Jarek, I am most grateful for your aid. Do not get me wrong, but if there's anything that you and Lala have been keeping from me, mark my words, I will hear it all full when our task is done. I'm left holding the basket. Oof. Oh, don't tell me I have to go to the dungeon. It's so much easier to think without the excessive bulk weight on my brain. For the life of me, I'll never understand people's obsession with extravagant headgear. She does make a point. The sheer athletic energy, I can feel it extremely from the girl, is nothing short of astounding. Could it be that Cap that was reigning in her true power all this time? Alphine, what you know? Welcome, friends. You should come seeking news of the golems, yes? Would that I had any to give. I fear not a single one of the creatures has manifested itself before mine eyes. So you say, my good man, but is it possible that you do not see the trees for the forest? Sometimes that which you seek is right before us, and we need only attune our vision. Why, is it just me, or do I spy a number of curious stone structures peeking out from the brush? Yes, I have an inkling that our foe may be hiding in plain sight. But just how is one distinguishing living stones from the most ordinary type? Why, I do believe the former would take less kindly to being scorched with the burst of hell's fire. So it's plain to clear see. Let's get blasted. I think they got it. Nope. Duh. I'm going the way of another quest. I need to do that quest for Dragoon. It's to get my legendary weapon for level 50. Well, what do I do? A mana idol? Time to burn. Piece of cake. Oh yeah. She likes destruction. That was fun, wasn't it? Now, while I'm not want to repeat myself, it seems I should make an exception for the slower members of our band. You have the privilege of standing before the Archmage Shatato. I hate these names sometimes. Or rather, a memory of the same who which has awakened after years of slumber to rescue your realm from a fate most dire. Slower. Ahem. Lady Shatato, if it is truly who you are, I cannot deny your arcane powers. And yet there is much about this matter that does not sit well with me. Pray explain yourself. What is the dire fate of which you speak? Oh dear, you really aren't very smart. Well then, very well. I shall begin from the very beginning. Dear me, did I almost rhyme? Who does that anyway? Anyhow, the tale begins with 2 millennia ago, when the great civilization of Mage were still in its infancy. Our scholars ascertained that a mighty comet awash with unspeakable etheric energy was on course to strike our fair home and reduce it to so much rubble. And so I thought to rectify the situation, and the only way I knew how, by blasting the foul rock out of the sky with the most powerful destructive magic our realm has ever seen. This, more than anything, was what spurred me to develop the art of black magic it is known today. Needless to say, my plan was remarkable success. A massive chunk of the comet was shattered, knocking it clear off its path and sending it spinning harmlessly off into the heavens. The story, however, does not end there. Fragments of the meteor hurled to and embedded themselves into the earth. While small enough that their impact caused no significant damage, they remained beneath the surface, brimming with etheric energies just waiting to be unearthed. Needless to say, these unworldly stones drew the attention of mages far and wide who sought to claim their powers for their own. There are the stones that gave the golems their souls, whose power made many a city-state flourish. And yet these stones yet held further secrets. Oh shoot, I did not mean to push that. Mind you, the power were mere fragments. Even in a heightened state, would be far too meager to cause for concern. One threat, however, still lingered from what if the comet, the mother stone as it were to return its circuitous orbit, bringing it into shouting distance of our world once more. Would not its remaindents, its children, summon it hither in all its destructive glory? Preposterous! Did your vaunted black magic not knock the comet clear across the skies? Why, it is simply inconceivable that its new path would bring it around back in our direction. Inconceivable to feebler minds, perhaps, but not my own. In fact, I posit that the comet is drawing nearer every moment, and it is for this very reason that the golems are now running amok. If left unattended, the implications for this world would be calamitous indeed. Fortunately, you have an ally in the impeding battle, a prodigy who foresaw the dangers that would to come, and sent her memory into the future that she might return to save the day. Oh, brother. Did you mean to say that your prediction that this threat would come over 2,000 years ago? Mind you, and devised an incantation for the sole purpose of allowing you to return to us in our time of need? I do believe I've already said precisely that. I did not did not do it entirely on my own. The spell would have been lost to history if crazy old... Oh gosh, don't even ask me. Quick, Kerp, Guka hadn't dug it up when he did and recorded it for prosperity. Dear little Lala and Jarek also played their parts as well, and how wonderful it is when one's followers, against their natural tendencies, perhaps manage not to make the utter mess of things. I must admit, the whole story strikes me as a bit far-fetched. I mistrust neither of you, your motives, nor your skill, Lady Shatato. But as a hero charged with the protection of this wood, I cannot leave this matter to you alone. I will accompany you and offer you what aid I can, but first, let us return to Uda. I would hear more of your plan proposed before we take action. Must you? Very well. Just promise me you will not get in our way. Now come along, my puppets. I have a realm to save, and you're going to help me. Ugh, she is so full of herself. I can't stand her. I hate all these weird names. Oops. Hello, got you, tuber? What's up? Me little killer 829. What you doing, Zalo? It does not appear the sorcerer's means is ill, but it still does not entirely feel safe in her presence. And whatever has she done with Lala? Just doing the Black Mage quest line. The hero assures me that there has been no golem uprisings elsewhere, and is since he's clearly too thick to tell a convincing lie. I am inclined to believe him. This means we are still time to form a plan of attack. Ahem. I do pride myself on honesty, and so I would be honest with you when I say this. Your art, to put it kindly, not looked fondly upon in our day and age. And your story stretches the limits of believability. We cannot stave off this calamity alone, but any entities you might make are not like to find a receptive audience. I, on the other hand, have friends in positions of some prominence. I shall reach out to them and see what aid they are willing to offer. How charming. He actually thinks he might prove himself useful. Wow, she's so full of herself. In your spare time, might you not ask your astrologer friends if they have any recent calculations on the comet's path? I have no reason to doubt the accuracy of my own, of course, but I'm working off 2 millennia old data. As you wish. Forgive me for being forward, but I might inquire as to whether the well-being of our mutual friend Lala. She still is in there someplace, yes? Oh, she most certainly is. Worry not. The girl's consciousness is just enjoying a short respite, I mean. Which reminds me, I am really due for a nap myself. Be a dear and do not try to let things go to hells in my absence, will you? Sharato, mother of the art that brought the great floods upon us, has she truly returned to deliver us from our doom? Deliver us from doom? The progenitor of our esteemed art has chosen me as her vessel in hopes of saving our world from a falling star. I can scarce imagine a greater honor. Come, Jarek, we must put our minds together and figure out how we must best do her bidding. Oh gosh, don't fall into it! Wait, Lala. If we take her words at face value, Shatato has only the realm's best interest at heart. Yes, and yet for one remains skeptical. Which is not to say I doubt her intentions of yours, or for that matter. And yet, we speak of the founder of the very art who gave rise to the War of the Magi and the Sixth Umbral Calamity. Could it not be that even seeking to save our realm, she is likely to destroy it? Blasphemy! Why would Lady Shatato have long since passed when the war broke out? Or had long since passed when the war broke out? Only a blind, blustering half-wit would even think to hold her responsible for, though, when I put it that way. I understand this, and that is why I begrudge neither you nor here my aid. Such as it is, it will serve to protect the realm peace. At the same time, I intend to keep close watch on her. One can never be too wary, after all. In any event, I will gather what knowledge I can of the threat we face, and I would be most grateful if you could do the same. Mate, I suggest you speaking with your beastmen allies. If the idea has not already occurred to you, that is. I swear, that man's head is harder than stone. I swear that man's head is made of harder stone than any golem. Still, at least he's cooperating with us, which is progress of some sort. In any event, I will reach out to our beastmen friends. I encourage you to return your studies in the meantime. If one thing's clear, it is the task ahead will test us to our very limits. Ugh. So much reading. Why did I do this to myself? Take a little dip. Okay. Got my feet wet. I'm done. Jarek, I trust you have not been shirking your studies. Mistress Santanto expects much of us and would not disappoint her. For my own part, I have called out her intimely time and again within my mind in hopes of conveying any and all knowledge that I may avail in staving off this impending disaster. Though she does not respond, I have the distinct sensation that she is listening in some way or another. Doubtless, she will return when she sees fit, but in the meantime, we can ill afford to bide our time, and so I have taken Zolly's. You know what? I'm just going to call him Zale. His new name is Zale. Zale. Yeah, that's his new name. Zale. I'm not pronouncing that name. Advice, and I can see the smug grin on his face as I say that, and reached out to our friends. Not moments ago, our post-Moogle came by with a missive from our friends, Daza of the 269th Order. I cannot speak today. As luck would have it, it seems he has knowledge of that might serve us well, to wit, reports of recent sightings of rampaging golems. I would ask you to go on ahead and see what he knows. I will call for that holier than now hearer, and join you shortly. Not that I am enamored of his company, far from it, but his insights have proven to not altogether useless on occasion. Revenant's Toll. Oh, that's Monk. Oh, here you are. Hey, do. Hey, Daza. Daza. Jarek, it has been aeons, eras, ages, eons. I have heard the spirit of the legendary Shantato came alive again inside lava. But could this wondrous tale be possibly true? It is indeed, friends Daza. She's a caparious type, though, and wakes only when she has a mind to. A fact that I have explained some 700 times to this mutton-headed hearer, who still insists beyond all reason that I should be able to summon her at will. You do me discredit, Lala. I merely suggested that if there was some means by which we could summon Shatato in our own convenience rather than waiting for her to come forth on her own accord, it might serve us in facing the dangers ahead. Summon her? You speak of the illustrious founder of my art as if she were a mere servant girl. You will watch your tongue in the presence of your betters. Zale lest. Ugh. Here she goes again. I mean no disrespect, but I do not deny the power of your art, nor the good it can do in the right hands. I am simply too stubborn and stupid to fully accept it. Oh well, I suppose none of us are perfect, myself excluded, of course. Oh, wow. 269th Order, Midikent Daza, I presume. Tell me what you've seen or heard about this rampaging golem. Are my eyes to believe I trusted, sworn by, believed? Is it truly the great Shatato who stands before my eyes? Yes, it must be. I mean, but of course, my lady. Yes, Daza will tell you all he knows. I saw a strange golem, odd, curious, strange, wandering in the tangle. And it is not all. It's no ordinary golem. No, but rather the same one I saw in the tome handed down from my forebears, Dugu. A golem of ancient one of my own creations? Why, it is simply inconceivable. I designed them to be utterly rampaging proof, and left copious instruction to ensure that my loyal apprentices and their apprentices, and so on and so forth, will see this stay that way. Mayhaps your follower were not so diligent in carrying out your orders after your passing. We all know that of the chaos and destruction wreaked by mock sorcerers during the War of Magi. I suspect that the poring over age-old documents of an unkept golem will be least to their concerns. Forgive me my doubts, Lady Shatato, but you seem quite partial to your creations and your countrymen. If we were to find ourselves locked in combat with the Golem Mach, do I have your assurance that you would not hesitate to strike down our foe? You do not trust me. Trust us, this I know. I am not deaf to Lala's senseless grumblings. So be it. You're gonna help being a simpleton. No more than I can help being the greater intellect of any error. Oh, brother. That old Kukuroko told me what became of Mach after my passing when he communed with me a century ago. Do you think I deny the senseless destruction caused by my descendants were it the art I myself wrought no less? Of course not, for I unlocked some of my present companions are not a bloody fool. But even a fool must understand that a tool is only as good as evil as she would wield it. So answer me this, what could I possibly stand to gain from standing idly by my own creations, wreak havoc on the realm once I called home? I will grant you that there is some sense in what you say. In any event, we thank you for your assistance. Daza, rest assured that we will see to the rogue golems before any harm befalls you and yours. To the tangle! Does that overdweller never lighten up? It must be so tiring living each and every day carrying around a brain of solid stone. Burdensome, wearisome, tiresome. You can say that again. My synonyms of using friend, Jarek. You know the man better than I, and for that I pity you. Is there nothing we can do to buy ourselves a moment's respite from his inane quibbling? Whatever do you suppose to be bothering his puny mind? Mayhaps he worries for Lava. Yes, I observed this as well. Smaller minds are quick to burden themselves with hand-wringing concern for the well-being of others, as if it were not evident that the girl is more capable of taking care of herself. In either event, if he insists on tagging along with us, I suppose it would not hurt to win him over, if only he does not foul things up for the worst possible time. Whatever. Anyway, I do believe that we have some golems to smite into oblivion. The tangle, was it? I'll see you there, and do not try to get lost on the way. Oh boy. Just when she shows the smallest bit of humanity, she quickly smushes it. Interesting outfit. Oh, it's level 44. Can't do it. These lands were far more dry and agreeable in my day, but I suppose much can change in 2 millennia, especially without me around to keep things in order. But this is no time to get caught up in nostalgia. We have golems to smash and search for, not necessarily in that order, I suppose. Yes, I can sense particularly strong etheric energies coming from that direction. I will accompany Shatato and ensure that she remains focused on the task at hand. Once you survey the area south of here, these envisions afford our foe no end of hiding spots, and I am inclined to walk into an ambush. find the right path. Go away, fly. Okay, can't find any there. Burn already. What happened? Ugh. If only this body were my own, I would have raised that oversized block of stone to the ground. I suppose I thank you for coming to my aid. Had I lost consciousness in the midst of battle, I would certainly have been done for, and poor Lala with me. No, Lady Chantal, it is I who owe you a debt of gratitude. Had you not drawn the creature's initial strike, I would surely have met with an inglorious end. But it is not least of my failings. It is my fault, and mine alone, that we were caught unawares. Though it shames me to say so, my eyes were on you when it should have been on watching out for our enemy. Who is this sorceress who wields such frightful power? Does she truly mean to save our realm, or will she destroy it? These thoughts continue to haunt me, but no more. Seeing you risk your life for me, hearing you have not only just met, I say this with no reservations. You are a paragon of virtue and a model to all mages, white or black. Why, I do believe those are the most intelligent words I've heard you utter yet. Keep talking like that, and I might yet learn to tolerate your presence. But if you think that means I'm going to give your precious Lala back, you best think again. We still have a falling star to fend off, do we not? My precious Lala. I have not the slightest idea what you might be implying. You wouldn't, would you? Ahem. Was it not your grand dream to see the white and the black arts of healing and destruction united for common good? So says Lala, at the very least. Is this girl not invaluable piece to your future, you would realize? That is all very well and true, but invaluable and precious might have different connotations. Mayhaps your time... Maybe it's not in your time, but the meanings of the world evolve over time, and you see... What was I saying? Of course, Lala is a friend and ally, but the same could be said to Jarek here. Which is not to say I do not want to see her again, of course. Only that... Oh, never mind. At any rate, I do believe we've done all we can here. Lady Shatato, please forgive me for having doubted you. Henceforth, I promise that I will aid you in whatever way I can, and with that I do believe I must be off, somewhere. One last thing, if I may. Lady Shichato, while you are awake and speaking with us, what becomes of Lala's consciousness? That is to say, is she still in there listening? What a curious question. She is slumbering in the recesses of her mind, much as I am when she is awake. But to answer your question, no, she is not listening, though we do have rather stimulating conversations from time to time. If you'd like, I can share the details. No, I mean, never mind. I really must be getting off to that place I was going. Curious. What a curious man. At any rate, I feel my consciousness is beginning to wane. Lala will be waking from slumber ere long, and I would return to Uoda before she does. I suggest you do the same. Your friend has much she wishes to discuss with you. I'll be right back. I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm back. Dinner gave me upset tummy. I think that was my 65. Welcome back, Jarek. As you might have surmised, it is I, Lala. Mistress Chateau has returned to her repose not moments ago. Before drifting off to slumber, she imparted to me some details regarding what she sees as the next phase of our task, to which she would have us venture further afield to investigate any golem menaces that might be stirring out of eyeshot. Speaking of menaces, whatever became of that stone-headed hearer? I suppose it is too much to hope that Mr. Shanto finally set his ropes of light. He seems to have feelings for you. I will assume I misheard you, Jarek. On the odd chance I did not, pray inform that man that he is best not act upon these feelings in my presence, lest I feel like scorching his precious flowing locks from his scalp. Anyhow, I trust you would keep me informed of if our hearer friend exhibits any more impertinent behavior. I will think of suitable retribution. I dare say putting him to sleep and hiding his glasses would send a clear message, and be rather amusing, no less. In any event, I should return to my research, as should you. Shatato will doubtlessly call upon us before long, and our powers must be primed for the occasion. Okay, 2 more quests to do. Jerk, the moment you entered the room, I could feel the air crackling with etheric energy. Excellent. Your diligence with training will serve us well. And you would come at a perfect time. No, moments before you arrived, Shatato's voice called out to me from the recesses of my consciousness. She would have us begin to lay the groundwork for the final stages of her plan. As she made it quite clear that we will require all the aid we can muster, I have taken the liberty of reaching out to our beastmen friends. They have convened at Kazakh Cog's residence at Burgundy Falls, where they await our arrival. Let us not keep them waiting. Oh. I thought so, but I wasn't too sure. Let's run. My friends, thank you for coming together in such short notice. Mistress Shotato would have you know that she is most grateful for your convenience. In fact, I do believe she would rather speak to you directly. Here we go again. Well, it would seem the gang's all here. I dare say it's time we got this proverbial show on the road. Here, tell me, what have you made of yourself useful since the last I saw your vapid face? Hi, Lady Shatato. According to my colleagues in the Izori Alliance, patrols have sighted an increasing number of rampant golems afield. Fortunately, none have posed a significant threat, at least not as of yet. Which brings the matter of the comet. A colleague of mine at the observatorium has confirmed that it draws nearer with each passing hour, though there is no immediate danger of a collision if it stays on its present course. It is too close for comfort, yes. Fortunately, I, as it won't have a plan, simply hope that you, my friends, are up to the task. If the hearer speaks true, the golems have been causing trouble near the city-states that have been more bark than bite, failed with no great difficulty, but middling soldiers. From this, I surmise that the gems set within them, their soulstones, have been small and a meager power at best. And yet, if my theory holds, a more sinister threat lurks in the realm's far reaches, far from the prodding eyes of Izori and beastmen alike. This is where we must go. Ah! Perplexed Dozol is profoundly, deeply perplexed. By people to do their work of people are golems created. To travel so far from their master's domain, these contracts have no reason. True, is it not? Well, I'll be a possibly astute observation, but I fear your knowledge is lacking, my squawking friend. Golems come in all shapes and forms, and not all are wrought by the hand of mortal creation. Often a gem of significant ethereal power will attract all manner of matter, plant, mineral, and animal alike, spontaneously animating it and giving rise to new life. With naught to guide them, these fair golems rove in water at will. It is these unpredictable specimens that pose the greatest danger. The larger gems that serves as their soulstones, the greater their power, and the greater the threat becomes when the comet draws nigh. It would appear our task is clear. Let us split up and hunt down these abominations. I shall join our beastmen friends and make for the west. I will lead the eastern reaches to the two of you. I trust you are able to fend for yourselves. There's one matter in particular I would ask you to investigate. My friends at the Alliance conveyed to me the most curious report, which Lady Shatato's words just now put in a rather different light. Over in Gaijin, in the hamlet of Ala Ganana, villagers have claimed sightings in their words trees that walk like men. These have gone entirely uninvestigated, writing off as delusions and fantasies of superstitious common folk. But if Lady Shatato speaks true, which I do, they are golems beyond slimmest shadow of a doubt. Worry not, for Jarek and I will uproot them and reduce every last leaf and strip that bark to smoldering ash. Won't we, Jarek? I would leave the particulars regarding the means of destruction to the experts. I, however, procured a link pearl that we might be able to coordinate our efforts. Pray take it with you. And with that, I do believe we are as prepared as we could Hope to be. Let us be off, my friends, and remember, should Otta go this, but I am but a link pearl call away. A device to allow that pretentious pudding head to talk to me, even if I'm not 100, even if I am 100 miles away. Far be it to me scoff at technological process, but some inventions could really have not have been done without. How interesting. While Mach has devolved into a vermin-infested bog, Garabani is looking more lively than I remember. Not that saying much, of course. But look at me, getting all nostalgic for no reason. After all, my body has long since returned to the dust, and soon my memory will fade. But before that, we have a job to do, don't we? I can sense no unusual etheric presence here, so let us venture a bit further into the field. Come along now, Jarek. Piece of cake. Did you come upon any wood golems, Jarek? As you can see, these two had the misfortune of coming upon little old me. But it is not all. I saw, yes, it was most remarkable, a most horrifying sight. After I delivered a mortal wound to one of the creatures, I saw it extend a gnarled limb, and with the last ounce of its strength, try to rip the soul stone from its cohort's chest. Yes, it would seem these pharaoh golems have no qualms about cannibalizing each other, which has led me to quite frightening conclusion. To wit, oh, although, whatever could that four-eyed fool want at a time like this? Yes, if you have something to report, make it... What? Yes, it would be wise for you to make a discreet retreat. We will do the same. I will reevaluate our options in light of what most troubling developments. Very well, I will join you at the observatorium shortly. You gather all the information you can from your colleagues before I arrive. Gods be good. That hero actually proven himself useful. It would seem he came upon a most startling scene in the hinterlands. A mass influx of golems of all shapes and sizes, as if summoned from all reaches of the realm by some unholy force. I would have my own theory as to what this means, but I require more knowledge before plotting my next step. One thing I can say is that we should immediately begin preparing for the worst. In any event, we must move and quickly. You return to Burgundy Falls and apprise the beastmen of where we stand. I shall go on ahead to the observatorium and see what knowledge the astrologers have gleaned, and soon join you as soon as I am able. Great. Am I going to have to fight a horde of golems? Just what I wanted. To fight a horde of golems. What's going on, guys? Friends, comrades, brothers and sisters of the Black, we stand at the brink of a disaster most dire. Even as we speak, our foes grow in number, being sentient stone and wood gathered, summoned by an unknown force, and united for a common purpose, a purpose beyond our understanding. Beyond your understanding, but not mine, the golems make for Soma Al. In Ger Abani, I witnessed a most unsettling sight. A golem with the almost animal fury tearing into its cohort's chest. Disturbing as it was too clear what I was witnessing. The creature sought a stronger soulstone that it might augment its strength and prolong its own existence. But the power these creatures seek is not limited to what they can harvest from their own kind. No. They are forever in search of the more potential etheric source, and they have finally found one. The astrologers of the observatorium have confirmed my worst fears. The baleful star in our past slowly but inexorably changed its course, bringing it closer and closer to this star. It is as Lady Chantal says. The golems call out to it, beckoning it ever closer. According to the latest calculations, any further adjustments to its path, and it is all but clear to strike Eorzea head on. The baleful creatures would climb the highest peak in the land, summon their mother stone to a disaster of our realm. Inconceivable. And yet, it is just so, my friend. Unless we destroy the lot of them, a collision is all but inevitable, and yet they are simply too many. Even if we could thin their ranks, they would regrow themselves and regroup in no time. So we are done for? Doomed? Defeated? Done for? Do not give up hope, my frantic friend. Or did you forget that the most brilliant mind who ever walked the face of the Azoria stands with you? Allow me to propose a foolproof plan, and we will do absolutely nothing at all. For now, that is. We know that the golems are feeding on each other in pursuit of greater and greater power. So why not sit back and let this progress of unnatural selection take its course, till we are left but what a single foe? Out of her mind, Shanto is. Were to happen, a creature of untold power and pursuance that golem would be. Quite so. It would be the mother of all automata. The golem equivalent of yours truly, if you will. And by definition is one of the most formidable foes our realm has seen. Fortunately, I do believe that there is one among us who might stand half a chance against such a monstrosity. Jarrett, Lady Chantato insists that you are the key to this entire operation. I am not inclined to doubt her, but I would hear it from your own lips. Can you say with all certainty that you would emerge victorious over this hypothetical golem of mythical proportions? Yes, I can. Thank you, friend. Your courage inspires me. Pray let me offer my strength, and together we may secure the future for our realm. I doubt Jarek and I have much need of your services, but feel free to tag along. It would be my honor, and with that I shall take my leave. I must warn the people of nearby settlements to keep wide berth of the Great Peak. Mayhap I will even have the occasion to smash a golem too on my journey. Calling me impressed, Jarek. Your friends are proving more reliable by the minute. And with that, I shall return to the Scarium? I cannot say that word. For my grip on consciousness grows more tedious by the moment. Pray return when you can and speak with Lala upon her awakening. Ah, Jarek, I have called out to Chateau, but no avail. No doubt she is deep in slumber, gathering her strength for the battle to come. She did, however, leave a message for you. Slack not in your training, my puppet of destruction, for your powers will be tested as never before. This is not ominous, to say the least. In the least, now is it? In any event, I trust you will be up to the task. Okay, what do I get? Foul! Polygot. Jarek, I trust you have prepared yourself well. Our foe musters at annexed shrine. The hour of our final confrontation is nigh. To the hearer and our beastmen friends are en route to the forelands as we speak, and I will join them with all haste. Come, you are as soon as you are able. Chateau is waiting for your arrival. Why, thank you so much, Lala. With my own corporeal form having long since faded to dust, it is an honor and a pleasure to see my own legacy carried out on by women and men and beastmen after my own. Oops, was I just speaking aloud? You can stop gawking at any time, or have you forgotten that we are an army of power-hungry golems bent on destroying our realm to dispose of? Fortunately, I have already formulated the perfect plan of attack. You three will see to the stragglers still attempting to scale the mountain. I trust you can handle that much. The hero, Jarek, and myself will scale the summit, where the oversized augmentation of a logarithmic... I can't say that word. A logarithmic golem surely awaits us. If I may be so bold, Lady Shaltato, I would offer a small amendment to this plan. Soma Al, as you surely know, is a holy place to all the dragons who call this land. I am ill inclined to wage battle without first obtaining their blessing. The other seer has told me that Jarek has a friend among their kind. Mayhaps it would be best if he sought the counsel of this Vinolfin before we proceed. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that is hardly the worst idea I've heard today. After all, it could hardly hurt to add another powerful ally to our ranks. What are we waiting for? Lead the way! And unholy minutes doth gather in our midst, threatening to summon doom from the heavens down upon this realm. Such is thy plight. I too do sense the presence of an intruder in our sacred home. At first I was content to observe, but the danger hath grown too great. Warriors of warriors, if thou and thine would take up arms against our common foe, thou dost have my blessing. Oh, there's a ringing endorsement if I ever heard one. Hearer, send word to our beastmen friends. We commence the operation at once. There's no time to lose, Jarek. Let us make to the summit and dispose of the abominations that await us before the comet gets too close for comfort. You're quite ugly. Understood. Pray leave the rest to us. Lady Shatato, my colleagues from the observatory have confirmed your suspicions. On its current path, the falling star will sail wide of us, if by the slimmest of margins. And yet that path shifts with every second, bringing us slowly but inexorably to the brink of calamity. Call it a hunch, but I do believe this imposing fellow might be responsible. Well, I'm glad to see that observatory has the obvious hasn't escaped you. At any rate, our task is clear. We have only to reduce him to dust before he can summon his dear mother any closer. Well, Jarek, are you ready to stand along the greatest mage to ever live in the battle for the very future of your world? Look sharp. This is our time to shine. Hey. Oh. Dude, you need to heal better. Okay, we'll try this again. Come on, load. Come on. Dang it. Stop doing that. Stop summoning a piece of the meteor. Booyah! Victory is ours. I only pray it does not come too late. Perhaps if you had some black magic in your repertoire, but it's no matter. I have the utmost faith that Jarek and my efforts were not in vain. That light! The 12 have mercy! There it is. Zoomed on by. Here it comes. And there it goes. With that, my friends, I do believe we have spared our most crushing fate. Santal, Jarek, you and I just saved the world, and I suppose I should thank you as well here for doing a most remarkable job of not mucking everything up. And with that, I do believe my work here is done. While I'd love nothing more than to stay and savor our victory a bit longer, all good things must come to an end. Don't look so sad now. With such promising proteges to carry my legacy, I can go to rest knowing that I did not mother the art of destruction in vain. You have seen our art wielded for the greatest of goods and the worst of evil. Having witnessed firsthand your powers and the sheer strength of your resolve, I gladly leave the future of our art in your hands. Walk the path well, Jarek of the Black. You better believe it. That millennia from now, when we have long since faded to a dim memory, those who follow in our footsteps may wield their protégés' powers against any who would bring harm to our fell realm. Be proud, Jarek. Having shared a mind with Mistress Santa all this time, I can assure that you have evasive praise does not come easily on her lips. I can still scarcely believe she did me the honor of choosing my body as a vessel. Before meeting her in the flesh, in a manner of speaking, I assumed Death's handmaiden was a little more than a witch, obsessed with fire and destruction. It would seem my impression may have been in error. May have been? Does your prudish, pig-headed prejudice know no end? As charming as ever, I see. I dare say you could learn a thing or two from your esteemed forebearer on how to treat a gentleman. Is that so? I do believe I treat true gentlemen just fine. Just as Jarek here would. No. Just as Jarek would know. At any rate, we're done here. Let us leave this uncontrollable bore here to reflect on a bit how to treat a lady. Oh, they so like each other. It's sad. They could be the best of friends. Oh, hi, Mary. Hi there. How are you? Many golems did come to scale the peak, but they come no more, laid low by our magic. The heavens, too, are calm. I trust your battle with the great beast ended in victory. Just so, my friends. Not to boast, but even Lady Chantal was more than impressed with our efforts. Is that not so, Jarek? 3 cheers for Shatato! 3 cheers for Jarek! 3 cheers for the art of destruction! Huzzah! 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 Far be it from me to rain on your parade, but let us not forget that the healer in your ranks played at least a small part in your victory. Yeah, gotta give the credit to some healer. Squawk! Happy day this is. Fly home to share the joy with his brothers and sisters. Dozel will. You will visit Dozel again to share magic learning. Yes, till then, friend. I too must take my leave, but know that even if we are apart, we always stand as one. Till next we meet, my friend. Cheerio. I, too, must return to Gridania to deliver my official report. I suppose this is farewell, at least for now. Well, don't let us keep you. Though, I am wondering if I might express my gratitude to your colleagues at the observatorium. On behalf of Mr. Shatato, as that is. Leave that to me. I fear not all my friends are so open-minded. If they were to learn that I had allied myself with beastmen and practitioners of the dark arts, there is no telling what sort of twisted rumors might spread. Fear not, Lala. You have my word that is here and hereler. I will do aught that I can to work towards a day when you and your fellows can stand proud and receive credit for all the good you have done. Later. I could not bear to say this in his presence, but our hero friend has come quite far, wouldn't you say? Too. I, too, would do everything in my power to make this day a reality. And with that, I do believe our job is done. Here is done. Shall we return to the Sacarium? Ugh, so much reading. I'm not a very good oral reader. I do better reading with my eyes. That reminds me, I need to finish my Five Nights at Freddy's book. The Fourth Closet. I need to finish that. Welcome back, Jarek. Once again, I must express my gratitude for all you have done, and as well as my profound respect. You have mastered our art to a degree that few of us even attain. While it is not like me to dwell on such matters, I was just reflecting on the hero's words. Once again, the truth of the battle we waged will never be known to those who fought to save. Needless to say, we do not do what we do accolades or glory. We do it because it must be done and to sate our own intellect curiosity, and yet it has not set well with me. No, I cannot just turn a blind eye while the deeds of my friends and mentors are swallowed by history, never again to see the light. When the day will come that we can emerge from the shadows, I cannot say. But for the day, and for the eyes of who followed on our footsteps, I would put all I've seen on paper, just as Master Quirky, that's his name, Quirky, once did. All we have learned in our realm, and arcane, of course, and is not all. I would write the bravery of our beastmen friends, of a stubborn and self-important hearer who against all odds proved himself a friend. Most of all, I would write of an illustrious founder of our glorious art, and the adventurer who she came personally entrusting with the carrying of her legacy. Why, I dare say the chapter will write itself. Foul. Back in Black 3. Okay, let's see what this ugly outfit looks like. Or if it is ugly. It could be nice. It's okay. Let's see what the staff looks like. It's okay. What do you guys think? Ugly? Hideous? Cool looking? I'll leave you to determine. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think it's cool or if it's ugly. Anyways, folks, I should be going. But thank you so much for watching and listening to my horrible oral reading. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.